there's no waiting for the future. Not here. Because at Mohawk College, we don't wait. We move. We maintain the machines that keep production running. We construct the buildings that define our skyline. We make structures stable and keep the lights on. We're more than a campus or classroom. At Mohawk College, there's no waiting for the future, because it's already here.
Radiography is a branch of medical imaging that we use X-rays, and we use it in different ways. Radiography, yes, it starts with bones, but there's actually a lot more to it. It's a whole modality, a whole branch that we're using X-rays to see inside the body. How we're using it can really vary.
Radiography technologists are everywhere in a clinic or in a hospital. They are part of every single team. I mean, they're part of the emergency team, they're a part of the team in ICU, they're on the floors when patients can't come down. They're running fracture clinics. It's a job where there's just lots of opportunity. All radiography technologists are kind of the starting point as well for many of the other imaging professions like MRI, working in CT, working in the interventional suite, working in sales. Radiography technologists are kind of the foundation of all of imaging.
As long as you have some sort of interest in any sort of imaging modality, like X-ray is a great place to start because that is the foundation of diagnostic imaging. So if you have some sort of interest in that and you're not 100% sure if that's what you want to do, there's always a ton of other options.
So this program will be delivered online. So our hope is that we will be able to be positioned to support people who don't live in this area as well as people who do. Semesters 1 and 2 are all online. At the end of semester 2, we'll have an intensive skills-based training here on campus at the IHS, which is in West Hamilton. The students will come here and spend 2 weeks. They'll learn a little bit about patient care and how to manage a patient, how to move a patient in a wheelchair, transfer a patient from one stretcher to another stretcher, just taking care of a patient, watching their vitals, all of those type of things. But they'll also learn some basic skills for X-ray to understand how they would position a patient for X-ray and how they will talk to a patient and explain the procedure, how they'll operate the equipment, moving it around, positioning the patient in the room. All of those things are covered in that first intensive skills-based training. After the students finish semester 2, they will have 2 days a week on clinical placement for semesters 3 and 4, and then they'll be doing didactic courses still. So 3 courses plus 2 days a week. So they're going to be quite busy, but they'll have the opportunity to really enhance their knowledge of the skills in their clinical environment. Semesters 5 and 6 will be entirely focused on, for the most part, on clinical activities, and then at the end of semester 3 and semester 4, the students will come here again for some skills-based intensive. So it's a little bit more, maybe the exposure to CT, exposure to sort of trauma cases. It's really giving them foundational tools to take back with them to the clinical environment.
This program just requires a lot of like focus and a lot of passion, and as long as you work towards what you love to do, then I mean, you're set up for success, I guess.
I just always was someone that wanted to help people, and I knew I wanted to help people in healthcare. I went to school in Chicago. I got my Doctor of Chiropractic degree there after I got my undergrad degree here in Canada. My chiropractic career, I began working as an associate in Burlington, and then I opened my own practice in a small kind of rural area in Niagara region called Smithville. I was a teaching assistant when I was in college, chiropractic college, and also in university. And so for me, it was always something that I really enjoyed doing. I was able to work alongside one of the coordinators for our program. They needed someone to teach, and that's how I jumped into that. It was early in the kind of the history of the massage therapy program. So I kind of got in on the bottom floor, and I had an opportunity to help guide some of the ways that we were teaching the program. And that was really exciting to me. So I'm always in a classroom with them and teaching them kind of sometimes a little bit boring kind of foundational stuff. So I always start off my classes with listening to like, what have you seen in clinic, and how does it relate to our classes? And just today, a student was sharing like that they got to see someone that had a really major accident 4 years ago and how massage has really helped them. So it's really nice for them to have those proud moments, and it makes me really happy to hear that. Looking at a registered massage therapist versus a masseuse, they are able to come up with treatment plans that kind of address the whole person. So they're going to be seeing patients that might come in to just want to have a relaxation massage, but they have underlying conditions and they need to be aware of it so that they can create the best treatment plan possible for them. So it's really important that they understand the workings of the systems in the body, but also if there's something going wrong, so they can adapt and modify treatment based on that. Best part about my job is just interacting with students and sharing my clinical experience and watching kind of aha moments happen with the students. I just love teaching. I think the most rewarding part is seeing students work so hard. Sometimes it's a struggle for them to do this 3-year program. It's a pretty hard program, and to see them at graduation day is huge for me. It's always an emotional time for me to kind of see them reap the benefits of working so hard for it. My favorite thing to do is travel. I am someone who just loves to explore the world and meet new people and just connect with people. I've had the opportunity to go to the Middle East. My parents lived in the Middle East for a while. I've traveled to Asia. I've traveled all over North America. I've seen our beautiful country. I've been to a lot of places. I think I've traveled to 46 countries so far. I think by nature I'm a helper, and it lights me up to just help people. That's why I chose healthcare. That's why I enjoy teaching students, especially kind of aspiring to work in healthcare. I like to just serve people.
I really wanted to figure out how living systems work and just what exactly is happening that makes the world turn. Knowing that nature's there and we have to learn about it to be able to protect it as well.
I've always had a love for like nature and stuff, I guess, so I've always wanted to like protect our planet.
And I do want to see biotech kind of growing more into creating a safer environment, and we're doing something from the lab to the world.
The main point of biotechnology is to use recombinant DNA. So it's to take DNA from something else and put it into another organism.
I'm very excited to take the skills that I've learned in class and take them into a co-op.
It will grant me that opportunity to be able to work in the field and in industry and really get a little bit more practical experience.
With that Environment Canada co-op that I got to do, did see what ends up happening with our water. And to make for a greener tomorrow, we really have seen like a big movement towards better use with pesticides. Climate change has become a very big issue. I'm sure we know about our wildfires. How do we protect our plants and our agriculture against these? With biotech moving things over, traits like from extremophiles to be able to deal with higher temperatures so that our grasslands don't die out from dryness or from no water.
So I would say I've had the opportunity to meet really great faculty with different experiences in different fields.
Support from faculty has been absolutely amazing. Every teacher I've come into contact with and talked to have been wonderful. They know that I can do it and they give me motivation to complete it.
All the hands-on that they get to give us with the knowledge that they actually give in class it makes you feel very prepared for the workplace. I really liked it.
Working with industry standard equipment in the labs is super important. It really helps you get a grasp on what you might actually be doing in the workforce.
Especially when you get to go out there and you're doing this work and everything that you're doing, is literally just going back into the environment. You're trying to protect something, you're trying to save something.
Mohawk College students are well positioned academically and professionally to affect the environment in a positive way.
Anyone that loves science and loves learning, I would recommend this program too.
So why we chose snapping turtles is because with the population kind of on the decline, we wanted to do something to rectify it on a small scale.
Our capstone project at Christie Lake Conservation is to restore a turtle nesting bed.
Snapping turtles are an indicator species. They're one of the hardier turtle species, so in Ontario, all turtle species are at risk because of habitat degradation and because they get hit on the roadside so frequently.
Increasing the turtle population, which inevitably is the hope, will help keep the water cleaner because they eat dead animals and bacteria and all the yucky stuff in the water, so they do help keep it clean.
First, we had to come on site and actually see what we were dealing with. We had to make sure we were clearing any brush, any species in the way. We had to get down to the root system so that they couldn't reroot. We actually used a front-end loader with a bucket attachment to scrape the ground and pull back to see what was actually underneath everything. So you'll do something and then you have to assess, and then you'll do something else and then you'll reassess. We've dug up the soil to make sure that it wasn't so compact for the turtles.
These key factors that we considered will affect the broader ecosystem here at Christie Lake Conservation.
Unfortunately, with a restoration project like this, there is the chance for poachers, which for one was not something we would have ever thought of. I, for one, did not think that poachers were a thing with turtles.
We want people to be more aware. We want to spread the knowledge that we have obtained during this process in order to continue to help the species, which in turn helps other species of turtles and also helps increase the sustainability of the ecosystem where the turtles exist.
So when we can make good habitats for snapping turtles and monitor them and see how they're being used, it helps us get an idea of how to also help other turtles.
It's a reason to wake up in the morning, and it's exciting to come out and to be able to do this and to feel like I'm having a positive impact on the environment and doing something to encourage the well-being of a species.
Being able to have that background to just understand how these tiny, tiny changes on like this minuscule level can affect an entire ecosystem.
If you are serious and passionate about climate change and sustainability and anything to do with environmental impacts, Mohawk College is definitely the place to go.
We want to dig in the dirt and say, look what we did at the end of the day. We want to, get feedback from other people. We want to come back and see how it's doing. It's more than just a project. It's fun.
I'm Casey. I'm Jory. I'm Maddie. And we're the Turtle Team!
The future of aviation is here. But this field takes more than theory. It takes torque, tools, total focus. At Mohawk College, we don't just study aircraft. We live it. Molding composite materials into wings that give planes flight. Inspecting and maintaining engines to meet demanding performance standards. Precisely calibrating the instruments that keep every journey on its intended path. We're the people who keep these complex machines flight ready, because up there, lives depend on it. It takes precision, dedication, and a team that has each other's backs. This isn't classroom learning, it's your runway. So get ready for your career in aviation.
I taught a grade 7 and 8 class last year. I had the opportunity with elementary engagement to go in, and I had 3 points of contact with students where I got to promote trades before they got to high school. And so I came up with this analogy, and it's like playing Lego. Now imagine this. You get a call from your buddy Tim. Tim just got the new Star Wars Lego center, and he wants you to come over on Saturday and build it. So what's the first thing you do? Who's coming? Right? Okay, so Tim's coming, Sally's coming, and Bill's coming. Great, I'll be there. That's carpentry. I get a call from Adam. Adam says, hey, I just got a new deck that I need to build. Can you come and build it? And I'll say, who's coming? And he'll say, Sally and Bill are coming. And I say, great, I'll see you on Saturday. And we get to build something. So I'm just a kid playing with larger Legos, and that's what I get to do. That math is not important, and it's the most important. Math is everywhere in what we do. Now, having said that, it's not hard math. This is math that makes sense. This is math that my students come in and like, I wish I was always learning this kind of math. In high school, you may learn that A plus B equals C. Well, what does A and B mean, right? And what's C? Like, what does that mean, right? But we can actually hold A and B in our hands here and then measure C. And it just makes sense. That's the math we do. I wasn't listening to myself, into my gut to what should I be doing. And since trades wasn't really taken seriously, it wasn't an option. And now I understand how great of a choice it was to get into the trades. It's a booming industry. There's so much work. I'll always be able to fall back on a ticket that I have because I'm a Red Seal carpenter. I know carpenters that they've known before they leave the womb they're going to be carpenters, right? And that's not my story. I was encouraged to go to university. That was the path set out for me. In high school, I took all university targeted courses. I took one shop class. I can remember being in that shop class and there was a finishing room. I was building like a TV cabinet and I'd close the door to the finishing room and just like the world just like shut off. After high school, it's kind of funny, the phone rang and it was someone asking for my brother. And what do you want? And they said, there's a job in framing. And I said, yeah, I'll take it. And so I started framing. After a week, I'd look back and be like, whoa, like we built those walls. Or that floor is because we were here. And a month, look at that house now stands because of our crew. And then years go by and now I can go into neighborhoods and it's so rewarding. And that's when I identified, back to that one high school shop class I took, where when you get into your work and the world just shuts off, that's what I experience now. And I see the product of what I can make, and it's so rewarding. And so that's when I got hooked. Industry trained, but I went through the apprenticeship program. So I came here to Mohawk, and I did my apprenticeship through this schooling. So this is a bit of a home to me for where my career started. Every tradesperson is a teacher at heart. If I could summarize every trade in 3 words, we do 3 things. We learn, we earn, and we return. And it's not that you learn first, then you earn, right? This all happens at the same time. All 3 of these words are all going on at once. You learn, you earn, and then you return the knowledge that you gain from someone else to somebody that is still coming up in the industry. That became the next best thing of my job. I love building, I love seeing the progress, but more so than that, I love seeing the progress of people I've taught. And I kind of wondered, how can I do that on a full-time basis? And Mohawk gave me that opportunity. One of the things I'm kind of honored about here at the college is that I get to teach along with teachers that taught me. I did an apprenticeship in carpentry. I would argue that I'm in an apprenticeship for teaching now. These are the people that surround me, and they look at my lessons and they sit in my classes, and we bounce ideas back in the office, and we share PowerPoints and different presenting methods and all that. It's just such great teamwork. Mohawk has yet to say no to me, and I've got some pretty wild ideas. Right? I said, you want to build a full-size house? And they said, sure. I said, really? Like I go in with these asks and I don't know if we're going to get a yes. And I said, okay, next year, can I build 2 houses? Sure. Like full-scale houses. I asked for technology. Yep, done. You have it. So what can they do better? Well, they're doing a great job. The day they say no to me, we'll talk again. Every teacher here is a licensed carpenter. We come with real-life experience to the classroom, and our students will absorb that. And on top of that, they're doing it themselves. Our students are in the shops with our talented faculty as the students build their projects. It comes and goes.
It's remarkable.
Thank you, thank you. I can hide 10 carpenter's pencils in it.
Animation is really taking life and creating something that mimics life. We're creating an illusion of something living, bringing something to life that is out of our own imagination.
I like how all the teachers seem to be passionate about what they're doing.
Darren especially, he worked on SpongeBob the movie.
Charlie, he's awesome. He came from Disney. I've been told like he's a Disney legend.
It's really inspiring, like how maybe one day I'll be there too.
We learn everything from drawing to 3D modeling to animating those 3D models.
I definitely think the smaller class sizes help. I've had teachers say that other programs, with being such big classes, they didn't get the help that they needed, but this one, it's definitely a lot more one-on-one. I think animation connects to a lot of people because you're able to make anything you could ever imagine. I definitely feel prepared for the industry.
It feels like all my childhood wishes are coming to life.
Really touch people's souls and maybe make them think about something and maybe even change someone's life.
I always wanted to be a teacher. I remember since I think I was 3 years old, I'd line up my siblings on our kitchen chairs and practice teach on them. I hope they're okay. And I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, be in education, and my passion was children. So I made those dreams come true. After my undergraduate degree, I enrolled in the early childhood education program at Mohawk College. The faculty were so supportive. And the really cool thing that we still do to this day, of course, is we have placements. So I got into the field to see what it's like to be an early childhood educator. I knew that's what I wanted to do. And then right from graduation, I got hired at Mohawk College, and I haven't left yet. I joke that I should be the Mohawk mascot or cheerleader because my whole career has been here and I do love it. And when I think about why do I love Mohawk so much, it's certainly the people, but it's the collaboration, the community, the connectedness. And for all of the years that I've been here, the thing that really gives me passion, of course, besides the joy of the students, is the community piece. We're a community college, and I'm very involved in our early childhood education community. It's a passion of mine, and that's always been a support. And because of that, it's win-win for the students. So it's, the Mohawk community, but it also extends to our community, our partners that are so valuable to the success of our program and ultimately of our students. I think the first thing I would always say to anyone thinking about becoming an early childhood educator, certainly you have to have a passion for children and learning and be committed to lifelong learning. We're educating the next generation. I tell our students all the time, we are brain shapers. So when you go home and say, well, how was your day? Oh, I was just shaping some brains today. Because that's what we're doing. When we're brain shaping, we're making that connection. You have to want to continue your education and your lifelong learning. It never stops. To be an early childhood educator is really a gift. Again, we're the educators of every other profession. Right? We educate teachers, we educate firefighters, we educate librarians, whatever children grow up to be, we were part of that journey. We have to make sure we keep ourselves updated, educated, current research, brain research, which is also my passion, and infant and children's mental health. I'm very involved in that in our community. It's my job to stay informed, share it with my students so they can do the best with the children that we care for. It's a lot on our shoulders. It's a big job. I say to my students, I don't know why people don't clap when we walk in the room. That's how awesome we are, early childhood educators. Certainly it's the students, of course, but it's being in the classroom and the energy and the excitement. And I certainly, I joke with my colleagues that I know I'm supposed to be here for the students and teaching and guiding and learning, but I have such an amazing time. It's such a reciprocal. I'm so blessed and fortunate to be part of their learning journey. Taking a concept and how can I make that concept meaningful and get it across to the students. So I love the challenge about how am I going to get the theories of Freud and Piaget and brain development, how am I going to get this across in a meaningful way that's going to stay with the students? I love that challenge, and I won't leave until I get it done. It's the best job ever. I'm a yogi, love yoga. I love to golf. I'm a walker, reader, and really, just being with family and friends. This may not come across, but I'm pretty social. My first career choice was a Hollywood actress, but I have no skills or ability or talent. So I tease with my students all the time, if I don't show up one day for class, I've been discovered, so carry on without me. But I really think about how I've been able to make my dream come true. When I was 3 years old, I wanted to be a teacher, and here I am. It doesn't get any better than this. It really doesn't.
So Mohawk has a very long-standing history of education in medical imaging. I think it was the 70s when the radiography program began, the 80s when their sonography program began. We've been delivering the MRI graduate certificate for the last little while. So we've had a very long history of working with the imaging programs.
Ever since I was young, I've always been drawn to healthcare. As I grew older, I realized that maybe I didn't want to be a nurse, or maybe I didn't want to be a doctor. So then I started doing some research, and then I found out about this program. I found that very exciting.
Mohawk is extremely well positioned for imaging. I would say that we are one of the leaders across the province and the country. We work on national education committees. We work with the national governing bodies to be a part of that community. But we are true leaders in the sense that we're probably one of the larger institutions that is delivering this.
I feel like when people think of like a job in healthcare, it's always like either you're a doctor or you're a nurse. And there's a lot of underappreciated fields within healthcare that aren't talked about enough that are really, really important.
The one thing that has always excited me is the rewarding feeling that you get. Although it may be tough sometimes, I think it's the people and the patients.
I always knew I wanted to go into healthcare. I feel like that was something that my family kind of instilled in me, and I've always wanted to like help people in any way that I could.
And being able to be part of that journey is really rewarding, especially when it comes to patient care.
There is a ton of demand when it comes to all of the imaging professions. There's lots of jobs really right across the country. So we're just trying to create different opportunities for our learners.
What will it take to make a more sustainable future? Every day, Mohawk College students, faculty, and staff are making a measurable impact on climate change. From our net zero building to our applied research, we are committed to changing how we operate today to secure a greener tomorrow. But we recognized we could do more. As our world changes, a green economy is emerging. This economy is fueling a rapidly growing sector that requires people with unique skills and the knowledge needed to develop solutions to complex challenges. We are ready to do what it takes to drive this change forward. The School of Climate Action will build on our experience and expertise to introduce a portfolio of programs for a new generation of learners that will include new degrees and the greening of curriculum across all areas of study at the college. Our graduates will be part of the solution to climate change. Are you ready to be part of that change? Learning, living, leading. Mohawk College School of Climate Action.
I've always been interested in aviation, and I knew that I wanted to work somewhere within that industry. So when I was considering my options, I noticed this program, and I thought it would be really cool to just get to work on airplanes, as I've always been fascinated with them. I've always had like an interest in the world of technology, and when I heard about avionics, I thought it would be fun to get to work with that and do all the troubleshooting and everything associated. I came here a couple years ago for a tour, and I don't know, ever since I stuck with it. So we've had a lot of lab experience with troubleshooting as well as installations. And in a lot of our labs, we use a lot of different testing equipment. So that has really prepared us for the world of avionics, as a lot of it is troubleshooting and finding issues and chasing down wires. It's interesting to see how all these little tiny pieces of wire can carry so much and do so much for an airplane. But it was also quite intimidating because there's a lot of them and they all do so many different things. But through all of our instructors and our labs that we have, it's been pretty easy. They've done a really great job at making sure everything gets broken down nicely, and so it's not overly intimidating, and I can honestly say it's not too bad at all anymore, so. I'm currently working to complete my AME license, which is Avionics. This program, it would be a 4-year apprenticeship to get all of your hours and all of your educational requirements, but by doing this program, it knocks it down to 2. Through being at Mohawk College, I've written all of my regulatory tests that I need to do to get my license. I've completed various different tasks through labs that are also required, and it got a solid foundation for when I do enter the workforce and continue off doing my apprenticeship there. I would definitely say Mohawk has a lot of good connections. And then they have a lot of opportunities and connections through school to set you up with an employer. So there's lots of job fairs and opportunities like that where you can meet people in the industry and find an apprenticeship through that.
In May 2025, Aidan Muller represented Mohawk College in the Skills Ontario competition as one of the college's 51 competitors. The Skills Ontario competition offers a unique opportunity for top students from colleges across the province to demonstrate their mastery of their skills in their field. Aidan ultimately won gold in the aircraft maintenance category. In total, 13 Mohawk College competitors took home 11 medals, including 9 individual and 2 team medals. Five competitors went on to represent Ontario at Nationals in Regina, Saskatchewan from May 28th to 31st. Mohawk College's CNC machining competitor, Noah Rittenhouse, won gold and also won the RBC Best of Region Award for Ontario by receiving the highest score for the province.
Phoenix Cyclones, Quebec. Outcome, silver. Richard Lewis,
since I was young, I've always been drawn to healthcare. I feel like as I grew older, I realized that maybe I didn't want to be a nurse or maybe I didn't want to be a doctor. So then I started doing some research and then I found out about this program and I could specialize in something like ultrasound. I found that very exciting.
Mohawk is extremely well positioned for imaging. I would say that we are one of the leaders across the province and the country. The new ultrasound program that we're going to be running with Mohawk College is an advanced diploma, and the program will be run entirely online for semesters 1 and 2. At the end of semester 2, the students will come here for some skills-based training, some patient care integration, communication, and really community building. And then at the end of that, they'll move on into semester 3. During semesters 3 and 4, the students will be on clinical placement 2 days a week and academically learning the other 3 days. So it's going to give you the mixture of clinical knowledge, simulated knowledge, and didactic understanding of the material. I want the students, when they're here, to know that, even though we're across this huge country, all ultrasound techs end up being connected in some way. And you always have places to go to reach out and ask for help or direction for complex cases or abnormal findings and difficult situations.
And also what I really like about ultrasound is that I like how there's patient interaction as well. So I get to communicate with the patient here and there, and I get to help in the diagnosis process. So I'm the eyes of the doctor, I like to say.
We have connections across the province with imaging centers, hospitals, clinics, lots of different sort of clinical partners, if you will, where our students will go and have their clinical experience. So we work really hard to ensure that the student is getting the proper clinical experience so that when they graduate, they know all of the information, and then they can go on and specialize in whatever they want to specialize in.
So I feel like what made me specifically want ultrasound is I really like how unique it is. And then when I started researching it, I realized I don't know as much as I do about it. I found out that it's a lot more than that, and it takes skill, it takes a lot of knowledge, and then it really became fascinating to me. And it's something that I didn't think of previously, so that's what made me excited to start this program. And people don't know enough about sonographers and what they do and how much of an impact they have in healthcare.
The ultrasound departments are getting larger. There's more things that ultrasound can do now than ultrasound could do in the early 90s. There is a ton of demand when it comes to all of the imaging professions.
Well, they'd probably never think that I was into old school classic cars that I enjoy building on the side of my own home. I like the old school, being able to build a car and with the community, just hanging out with a bunch of people and just to enjoy a night of a classic old car show. I think it was going to an air show eventually and knowing that I like to tinker around with stuff and then actually see something cool like an airplane, or I think it was a jet truck that really motivated me when I saw it. I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to see or learn how that engine works. Tinkering around with snowmobiles and motorcycles and just having fun with cars and stuff like that just got you into it, and then went away to college and got into the small aircraft, spending time building an M1 license, and then I finally had an opportunity to get into the large jet, and then I just continued on my license and expanded into M2, traveling around the world and building time and experiences. I heard an opportunity of Mohawk, and one of the gentlemen was going to start an aviation program and asked me if I'd like to be involved and maybe help develop a little bit of material. And I eventually said, you know what, that wouldn't be too bad to change it now after all the years of being in the industry, to turn around and now give it back, share your knowledge. I think it's a nice cycle that needs to happen. I mean, we all been students at one time, and then you go in the industry and you work a ton, and then you're like, why not just give it back again and then keep that cycle going, share your knowledge. And hopefully that cycle will happen again with a student who might become a teacher at one time down the road, 20, 30 years down the road as well, like me. So I knew that Mohawk College has always been a well-recognized college for trades, and I'm like, I'd really like to be a part of that. I've always known, even growing up, that Mohawk was well-known for trades, so why not stick to something that has such a great reputation that's out there? The best part of my job is to watch them learn and share your traits, and then watch them when they graduate, and then they come back later on and they say, hey, this is where I am nowadays. I'm like, good for you, that's awesome. To see that they stuck to the industry and they're doing something super cool. And I've even seen students come by and bring their airplanes by here. And I'm like, wow, that's super cool that you're now flying your own airplane. And never thought of that. They'd be working on them, but you're working on them and to fly on them. Having that student come back later on in life, 5, 4, or maybe even 10 years later, it's very rewarding to know that I was a part of his career or her career way back in the day.
In 2021 and again in 2024, just this fall, we conducted a student survey on sustainability. We really wanted to capture what were their interests and what are their feelings about sustainability, climate action, and climate resiliency. And what we found overwhelming in both surveys is that students really care about this. Over 95% of our students said that post-secondary institutions should not only be involved from a facilities perspective, but also the programs. How are we going to help change the world? And the School of Climate Action is a direct response to that. Green skills is exploding. It's in every discipline, every field of study, and we need to make sure that our graduates here at Mohawk College are ready for that.
There's a lot of jobs coming on stream. I think every company has recognized now that they have a role to play in the whole circular economy. Like, they need to figure out how you make a product and make it that's sustainable and has a reduced impact on the environment. You actually see companies hiring jobs that are called climate specialist or climate analyst or climate practitioner, because the problems and the requirements for making products now are increasing and changing all the time. So how you made something before will change very different. You have to look at the whole supply chain and where are these products resourced and where are you getting the raw materials from, and are they going to have an impact on the environment? So it's definitely a growing area.
So we have 3 diploma programs here in the School of Climate Action: Environmental Technician, Biotechnology, and Biotechnology Advanced. All of those programs have co-op options with them. In addition, we are going to be offering 2 different degree streams as of fall 2026, and that's a Bachelor of Technology Sustainability and a Bachelor of Management Sustainability. What's really interesting is this idea around the laddering of diploma to degree programs. So environmental technician, for example, if you've completed that diploma program, you should be able to map into the 3rd year of the degree program. So you're doing like a 2+2 where you're coming out with a diploma and a degree, which is amazing.
There's been a couple of students where they've come up and I've been handing them a tree seedling, and they said, what is this for? And I've explained that the School of Climate Action is launching and to take this home and to plant it. But at the same point, they're just excited. They're like, you have a School of Climate Action? What are the programs? And they've come in and they've asked a lot of questions. They're just really excited that the college has committed to this because it's important to them.
I think these type of programs are very, very important for the world. The environmental technician, I think that's one of the most important right now, in my personal opinion. I haven't yet, but I'm going to apply for sure.
We don't just talk about the future, we advance it. From the classroom to the lab to the hangar, find your people, your purpose, your launch pad. There's no waiting for the future at Mohawk College, because it's already here.
Scano and greetings everyone. My name is Tanya Jacobs and I am a member of the Indigenous Student Services team here at Mohawk College. I'd like to welcome you to the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations that we've gathered on today. To begin our ceremony, I would like to welcome Spirit Vision traditional Indigenous drummers and dancers. For the Indigenous people, we believe that the drum connects us to all things and is the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Today we call upon this group to give thanks and to recognize the graduates' achievements with an honor song. Please stand if you are able for the procession of the graduates and the platform party. Nyawa.
thank you to the Spirit Vision, traditional Indigenous drummers and dancers that start out every one of our convocation ceremonies. And greetings, everybody. My name is Katie Burrows, and I have the honor and privilege of serving as Vice President of Students and International here at Mohawk College. And I'm also pleased to be your host for today's convocation ceremony. As we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that Mohawk College is situated on the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations within the lands protected by the Dish-with-One-Spoon Wampum Agreement, and is currently home to many Indigenous peoples from across Turtle Island. Before I introduce the platform party, can you please stand again and join us in singing of our national anthem as performed by Mohawk College graduate from the Applied Music program, Brianne Downer.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, our true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our lands glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Brianne. Please be seated again. Convocation is a meaningful celebration for everyone that's here in attendance. We ask that all guests and all graduates remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony. Leaving your seat during the ceremony can be disruptive and disrespectful for the students who are crossing the stage, and also for those watching the ceremony. Additionally, please ensure your cell phone is set to silent. Thank you for helping us honor our graduates with the respect that they deserve. I am proud to declare that this convocation ceremony is open. Convocation is a time to celebrate the hard work and dedication that brought you to this moment, and to look forward to the many opportunities that lie ahead for you, a Mohawk College graduate. Convocation also provides us with the perfect moment to thank your family and friends who supported you through this important stage of your life's journey. And it is a time to thank those from the Mohawk community who helped you realize and achieve your goals. To start this recognition, I would now ask that the faculty please stand to be recognized and remain standing. Next, I would like to acknowledge our staff, administration, alumni, union representatives, and guests who are joining us today. Please stand and be recognized. And next, I will recognize the front row and speakers from our platform party. Please hold your applause until the end of the introductions. Dave Santee, Dean, Marshall School of Skilled Trades and Apprenticeship. Jeff McIsaac, Dean, Engineering, Technology, and Aviation. Janet Hsu, Dean, Academic Development, Quality, and Excellence. Brian Henry, Board of Governors. Paul Armstrong, President. Chantel Woolsey, Board of Governors. Krista Weisner, Registrar and Associate Vice President, Student Services and Supports. Trish Loomis, Vice President, Communications and External Affairs. Dr. Siebert Adamson, Vice President, Academic. And Bruce McRitchie, Distinguished Fellow. Your platform party. I am pleased to introduce Mohawk College graduate Jennifer Gautry to come forward to welcome our new graduates as alumni members.
Thank you, Katie. Good afternoon. Congratulations, graduates. Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Gautry, and I'm a member of the Mohawk College alumni community. You've worked hard to reach this moment today, and I am truly honored to officially welcome you into the alumni family. Although your studies are complete, your connection to the college and your Mohawk alumni family is for life. So we are here for you at every stage of your journey. If you've not already done so, I encourage you to take advantage of the many services and supports available through Mohawk College alumni, which serves as your direct link to a strong network of over 175,000 Mohawk graduates. Connect with and learn from your fellow alumni working in your field. Enhance your career development and network through mentorship offerings and attending career, social, or athletic events. Volunteer your time as a committee member or a classroom guest speaker. Access exclusive alumni discounts and benefits and your alumni card through a Mohawk Perks app. And stay connected to us, to alumni, and share your personal milestones with us. Through perks and social platforms, alumni businesses are proudly showcased, and extraordinary graduates are celebrated and honored at the annual Alumni of Distinction event, which highlights the achievements of our alumni, including one outstanding recent graduate each year. As a graduate, you are a valuable member of the Mohawk community. With a solid first-class education in hand, we know you will use your knowledge and skills to make a difference in your field, in the community, and the world. And we will be rooting for your success every step along the way. As you cross the stage today, I will present you with your alumni pin, and I hope you'll wear it with pride. On behalf of the alumni community, congratulations. We are so proud of all that you have accomplished and achieved, and look forward to continuing to support you throughout your career and your life. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. It is now time to recommend our Special Recognition Award. President Armstrong, it is my privilege to present you with a candidate for an award of distinction. In particular, I am recommending a candidate be awarded as Distinguished Fellow of Mohawk College. This honor is proposed in recognition of community leadership. I am pleased to introduce Mr. Bruce McRitchie to be recognized at today's convocation as a Distinguished Fellow. Bruce is a Canadian aviation pioneer, has dedicated over 6 decades to advancing the aerospace industry. Bruce's early aviation experience began in the 1960s at the Central Airways in Toronto, where he earned his wings. His aviation career continued at Fort Erie's Fleet Industries and then in California and Florida, where he became a certified helicopter pilot, airline pilot, and aircraft technician. He represented industry giants such as Hughes, Lockheed, and Douglas, and even flew alongside Howard Hughes himself. His adventures took him across North America and Europe, including a notable emergency landing in Haiti, where he went to jail for 2 weeks before being allowed to get parts for his aircraft, fix the plane, and fly it home. Bruce went on to operate several aviation businesses and managed the Welland Airport in Welland, Ontario for over 30 years, transforming it into a hub for pilot training and aircraft maintenance. At 91, he continues to fly today. A longtime director and honorary board member of the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum, Bruce has been instrumental in preserving Canada's aviation history. He is also a champion of aviation education. In 2024, Bruce donated a 1968 Cessna C421 to Mohawk College's Center for Aviation Technology and has continued to donate tools and aircraft parts to the aviation programs at the college. President Armstrong, Given Mr. McRitchie's accomplishments, wisdom, and dedication to Mohawk College's community, I recommend that the Board of Governors bestows upon Mr. McRitchie the award of Distinguished Fellow, Mohawk College, with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Mr. McRitchie, President Armstrong, and Krista Weisner, will you please join me now to acknowledge this honor by virtue of hooding.
I don't need it to stand up. And do you want me to speak direct?
We're going to first put the hood on.
Okay.
Right behind you, Mr. McRitchie. Right behind you with the hood. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate the admiration and the meeting so many people today. My aviation background, I was born as one of the 5 kids, 3 girls and 2 men. My brother, who was 10 years my senior, unfortunately got killed one night, and we never did find his body because I could not do a decent fending to look for the body and so forth, because I was authorized to Europe that day. In those years, we continued to engine airplanes, including Piper, Apaches, Aztecs, Cessnas, and PA-23 Aztec, and a variety of Cessna twins. I was a Cessna dealer for many, many years, and enjoyed showing and sharing. So I could go on for days on a forced landing in the stands of Jamaica. One day I elected to go to Jamaica in a Cessna 180, which I had flown the year before. And this year, that particular flight was at low altitudes because the cloud cover. This particular day, the sky was unlimited blue sky, and the airplane over water, after I'd gone by Haiti, ran terribly, and I ended up in jail in Haiti for a month. I had to go and get parts back in Canada, and I did go back, and they made sure I came back so they could take the airplane and keep it. And one day, when I was late in the day, and this is a month later after I'd fixed the airplane, I said to myself, they don't have anything running, so I'm going to start it up and say goodbye. And I did. So I've been very, very fortunate in life, and I've flown around the world. I've been flying for a pilot that's 50 years, and I enjoy. I'm a licensed aircraft mechanic, helicopter pilot. You name it, I've probably forgot it. So I'm very pleased to be here today and to appreciate the voices and the organization that I'm part of right now, and I will say thank you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Mr. McRitchie. I don't think I'd want to be in jail in Haiti, I'll be honest. We're proud to count you as one of our distinguished fellows at Mohawk College. I am pleased to introduce Pedro Nemesio de Campos Silva, President of the Mohawk Students Association, to come forward to bring greetings to our graduates.
Thank you very much, Katie, and good afternoon, everyone.
On behalf of the Mohawk Student Association, it is my honor to congratulate you on the completion of your education at Mohawk College. You truly deserve to be immensely proud of yourselves. And as a newcomer to Canada, I found a strong sense of belonging and identity at Mohawk, as well as at the MSA. This is truly a testament to the incredible community we have here, which you all have contributed to. And having worked in education throughout my entire life, mainly as a teacher back in my home country, I can definitely relate to the pride and joy that the Mohawk College faculty feels today. Your accomplishments are truly remarkable. So believe your teachers when they say that they learn from you just as much as you learn from them, because education is all about that mutual exchange of knowledge and experiences, which is also something that you have embraced and embodied during your time here. Serving as MSA president has been a privilege. It has shown me the importance of giving back, of planting seeds without knowing who will be harvesting the fruits in the future, and being an agent of change. This spirit of service and community building is something that you have demonstrated during your time here. As you step into the future, remember to make the most of your journey. Take with you the lessons learned, the friendships formed, and the legacy that remains. I would like to share a short quote from Paulo Freire, a visionary Brazilian educator and sociologist that dedicated his life work to student-centered learning. The original one, in Portuguese, goes like this: Educação não transforma o mundo. Educação muda as pessoas. E pessoas transformam o mundo. Which would roughly translate into, education does not change the world. But education, however, changes people, and people do change the world. So you may think that you've already answered way too many questions, sat through way too many lectures, and did a few too many assignments during your journey as a student, but oh boy, I gotta tell you that being a dedicated learner is a lifelong commitment. So this is why I call upon you folks, in fact, I call upon everybody here today to always remain true to this commitment of fostering curiosity and always being a humble student. And I do have just one more question for you, just one final assignment. I ask you to be that spark of change on a troubled and complicated world. Do something for someone else, just as other people have done something for you in advance. And I urge you to try your very best to find an answer to the following question: what we owe each other. Because you have that power to be catalysts for change. Continue to foster these values of giving back, of setting new goals as lifelong learners, because the world surely needs your energy, your creativity, and your dedication. Go out there and change the world. Thank you very much, graduates. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Pedro. The MSA has been a tremendous support to our students. And now, please welcome Mohawk College President Paul Armstrong.
Thank you very much, Katie, and it is my pleasure to extend a really warm welcome to everyone that's in the theater today, Mr. McRitchie, your partner Albie, all of our guests and faculty, but most importantly to you graduates, welcome to your convocation. I also want to extend a warm welcome to all the family and the friends, that supporters, people that were by your side when you're working through some of the challenging times during your period at Mohawk, or just as you were getting through the educational process, and they may be here with you or they may be online. And I wanted to tell you one little story just before we start, and that is 35 years ago, I was sitting in one of the seats right out there. I started my journey as a Mohawk College student and graduate, and I still remember a couple of things. Honestly remember them. I'm not just saying I do, I actually remember them. And what I remember is thinking, boy, what an amazing impact the faculty and the staff and the people at Mohawk had on me, the opportunities they gave me to really challenge myself. And I also remember, at the time, the support my mom and my dad and my family and friends had on me. And, when you think about success in life, it really relies upon a whole sort of ecosystem of people around you. And so maybe graduates, could you give a warm, huge round of gratitude and applause to both the Mohawk team and your family and friends for all they did to support you. And graduates, on behalf of everyone at Mohawk, we want to commend you on your outstanding achievement. Today is a milestone that marks both an ending and a beginning. You've worked hard, overcome challenges, and you've earned the right to sit where you are today at the threshold of something new and a future full of possibility. And you know, Convocation is not just a moment of personal achievement, it's a declaration that you are ready. Ready to meet the future, ready to contribute, ready to pursue the opportunities that await you. As you take this next step, I want to take a few minutes and talk to you about exactly that, pursuing opportunity. Not just recognizing it when it knocks politely, but going after it when it hides behind closed doors. Because opportunity rarely presents itself with a map and a guarantee. More often, it whispers, it hides, it dares you to move, not because it's easy, but because it matters. And so today, I want to offer you a challenge, to live your life as a pursuit, not as a pursuit of perfection, but as a pursuit of possibility. You know, graduates, you may be tempted to wait for the perfect job, the perfect timing, or that moment of extreme clarity before you make your move. But I urge you, don't wait too long. Perfect moments are often missed. Wait for one, and you may very well miss an opportunity that's right in front of you. Now, most of you have probably heard of Thomas Edison, inventor of the light bulb and many other things that we take for granted today. But he once said, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and it looks like work." And I would agree. You know, graduates, when I was sitting there 35 years ago, if I'd thought where I would be today, it was not here. I thought I'd be working in a hospital or in a medical setting. That was my background. But the opportunity to serve in higher education presented itself in various ways. But I can tell you, it didn't come with a spotlight and a sign. It was disguised as hard work, difficult choices, detours I didn't expect, and many times the unknown. But each time, I made the decision to lean in, even when I wasn't completely sure what the outcome was going to be. And what I learned through that is that you don't have to have all the answers to take the first step, but you do need the courage to begin. You know, there will be times when the path forward feels unclear, when self-doubt creeps in, when others seem more certain, more prepared, and more confident. But in those moments, remember this: confidence often follows action. It does not precede it. And just like an unexpected visitor, when opportunity knocks, it's not always convenient. It doesn't always appear at the right time. Sometimes it interrupts your plans. It challenges you. It may require you to move cities, to leave familiar ground, to try something you're not sure you're ready for. But that's what makes it powerful. Because when you pursue those opportunities, the inconvenient and the uncertain, you're going to discover strengths you didn't know you had. You may not realize it yet, but you have already proven your ability to take on the unknown of a new college, a new program, a new city, and for some of you, a new country. And that is the reason why you're sitting in that seat today. You took a chance and achieved something meaningful. That took drive, it took courage, and it took grit. And graduates, pursuing opportunity is also about embracing lifelong learning and the power of curiosity. You're at your convocation ceremony today, but this is not the end. If anything, your education begins anew. You know, we live in a world shaped by rapid change, by artificial intelligence, shifting economies, global interdependence. And in all of those settings, the world is changing faster than it's ever changed before. And you need to be curious. You need to have the desire to ask why and to seek understanding, to learn something new every day. Because that's what's going to keep you relevant and differentiate you from the competition. I don't want you to think of this moment, your convocation, as a period at the end of your sentence. Think of it as a comma, a pause before what comes next. And graduates, you've had an outstanding educational experience. You've learned new things. You've developed new skills. You've gained confidence. And that should make you remember that you always belong in the conversation. When you're in the workplace, your voice matters. You know, some of you will be working in research labs or classrooms. Some of you will be developing new technology and working on the latest equipment and latest aircraft and latest technologies. And you need to remember that you have something to offer in all of those settings. Too often, opportunity is missed, not because it didn't exist, because people don't feel worthy. But you are worthy. You've demonstrated resilience, you have skills, and you've done that in some cases in the face of uncertainty. You had to balance school with work and with family and with life. But you know what? You've persisted, you've grown, and you've arrived at this moment, your convocation today. Graduates, the world needs what you have to offer, your voice, your story, and your ideas. Now, I want to leave you with a very short story that I hope will sort of show you the power of pursuing opportunity and the impact it can make even when it may not feel like the right time. And it's a story of Muhammad Ali Mansoure, who was a teacher from Sierra Leone. And like many teachers, he had high hopes of shaping young minds and contributing to the growth and success of his country. But Muhammad's dream began to fade when he realized he was having difficulty supporting the family on the wages that he was making. And despite his passion for teaching, Muhammad made a difficult decision to choose a different path. He saw an opportunity in farming. So he pulled together $600, some from other teachers, some of his own savings, bought some land and started a small poultry farm. Now, Muhammad knew almost nothing about farming, but he didn't let that be a barrier or get in the way. He found ways to learn what he needed to, and he took risk. And it worked out well for him. Muhammad's farm became a thriving business, and he soon expanded that to include goats and cows, and he had to hire people, and his community benefited from being able to work with him. But the power of the story is not about the fact he bought goats and cows. And his story doesn't end there. He used this success to help others. He was able to provide access to clean water. He was able to distribute food from the farms to his community. But most importantly, he was able to inspire others to create their own opportunities through his entrepreneurial spirit. And during an interview with the BBC in 2019, Muhammad offered this advice. And he said, "The future does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who act." And I couldn't agree more. The future belongs to those who pursue possibility, and you graduates are more than capable of that pursuit. And by the way, Muhammad's story from the BBC put a spotlight on the plight of teachers in Sierra Leone, so much so that the government increased their salaries, making it easier for them to stay within their chosen profession. And what Muhammad's story tells us is that even small acts of courage can be far-reaching, creating ripple effects that will help transform communities and lead to positive change in the lives of others. Graduates, as you walk out of this auditorium today, credential in hand, remember that you have already proven that you are brave enough to do anything you set your mind to. Now your job is to show the world that you're bold enough to keep it going. On behalf of everyone at Mohawk, it's been an honor and a privilege to be able to support you during this phase of your educational journey. Thank you for choosing Mohawk. Thank you for being a part of our family. Thank you and best of luck in whatever you do, your career, in your life, and maybe we'll get to see you back in our halls someday again soon. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.
Thank you, President Armstrong. My name is Krista Weisner, and as Registrar, it is my privilege to introduce the most important part of this ceremony. Graduates, it is now time for you to cross the stage and be admitted to the alumni of Mohawk College. As each person crosses the stage, their status as a Mohawk College graduate will be acknowledged with an academic hood or leer pipe. Academic hoods are a tradition that can be traced back to medieval Europe, where they were initially practical pieces of clothing used as head coverings or shoulder capes. Over time, the hood evolved to become a symbol of academic achievement, with variations in color and design representing the degree a graduate has earned in the institution they graduated from. A leer pipe is also a medieval European symbol of academic achievement dating back to the 8th century. Awarding each graduate a leer pipe highlights the achievement of excellence according to each student's chosen program. Awarding a graduate an academic hood or leer pipe symbolizes that a graduate is joining an international community of scholars. Vice President Academic Dr. Siebert Adamson will hood each of our degree graduates. Our diploma and certificate graduates will have the Mohawk College leer pipe placed on their left shoulder. After receiving their hood or leer pipe, they will then be congratulated by President Armstrong. Convocation is always a time of celebration for our graduates and their families, and we encourage you to applaud and acknowledge your graduate as they cross the stage. Il me fait plaisir de souhaiter la bienvenue aux membres de la communauté francophone. La collation de grade est le moment idéal pour célébrer les exploits de diplômés, et je vous encourage d'applaudir lorsque votre diplômé traversera l'estrade. President Armstrong. I now have the honor of presenting the candidates for graduation. The graduates have successfully completed the curriculum of their chosen program as required by the Mohawk College Board of Governors and have been recommended to be awarded their degrees, diplomas, and certificates in recognition of their academic accomplishment. Therefore, I recommend that you confer their degrees, diplomas, and certificates with all the honors, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. And on behalf of those graduates not here today, I further request that their credential be conferred on them in absentia. Thank you.
Aviation Technician, Aircraft Maintenance, Lloyd David Arca, Honors. Denzel Bermejo, Honors. Ian Black, Honors. Ayush Kalpesh Kumar Brambat. Armand Singh Brar. Juan David Castro Barrios. Michael Crane. Paulos Azimerav Endelev, Honors. Kush Girish Kumar Gajar, Honors. Mustabshira Hanif. Lawson Hatfield. Jasmine. Kavanashik John Sassi, Honors. Robert Jorgensen, Honors. Komal Vijay Kumar Parmar. Aman Kumar Dilipbhai Rabari, Honors. Nicholas Sturrock. Ashwin Sunil Kumar. Ifan To. Biotechnology Advanced. Hayat Al-Mahamidi. Hamidi. Ikra Amjad. Samantha Barnes, Honors. Brianne Boyer. Juan Cordoba Murcia, honors. Crystal Droz. Mario Garofalo, honors. Michael Heslip, honors. Rita Jabin. Ralph Jim Angelo Javier, honors. Ryan Liu, honors. Katrina Joyce Mabanes, honors. Kia McBurney. Sabir Mohammed. Jacob Winchester. Chemical Engineering Technology, Dawson King. Sharik Lozano Castaneda. Jared McAuliffe. Ricardo Mendoza Torres. Kazi Jelani Mohammed. Jessica Piñera. Vashu Pravin Savani. Aiden Zeckley Noakes. Neil Joseph Tagarmino, honors. Biotechnology, Mary Ademwagan. It was only a matter of time. Yeah, that just happened. Similo Lua Ademui. Sabina Adhikari. Asta Airi, honors. Genesis Nicole Aguiar Lemus. Kazi Raja Ahmed. Abiola Ridwan Ajani. Ayana Ajay Kumar Shrikala. Ava Andrews. Wajiha Imran ul Karim Ansari. Ginikachukwu Anubuwunwa. Ariba Ashrafi. Adenike Babalola. Shristi Banjara. Sital Baruval Cherry, honors. Anu Basnet. Bibek Basnet. Krish Basnet. Tina Basnet honors. Sunil Bandari. Janae Brown honors. Anisha Kumari Chaudhary. Sunny Chaudhary. Manmohan Singh Aukla, honors. Lipakshi Chopra. Krisha. Nadia Magina Cruz Rodriguez. Maria Jose Davila Dugarte, honors. Pawan Dawadi. Rinalyn Doe Assis, honors. Fabio De Macedo Souza, honors. Rose Angeline De Soto, honors. Andrea Valentina Dominguez Basque. David Durnford. Lydia Elberier. Isadora Alejandra Escanilla Espinosa. Miko Glenn Fernandez, honors. Giselle Maureen Gamad, honors. Alexandra Ganatakis, honors. Franz Gapuz. Virat Gautam. Dikshya Gautam. Deepa George, honors. Joel Johnson. Lila Joseph, honors. Ray Gong, honors. Angie Hernandez Barrantes, honors. Shivanjiri Goswami. Rania Islan. Harleen Johal. Anusap Kalatapa. Paradis Karami Zarendi. Parnia Karamiz Alrendi. Hanzala Karim. Harpreet Kaur. Olena Kucharenko. Herman Hailu. Nikhil Kimir. Navneet Kumar. Marika Karki. Pavandeep Kaur, honors. Shavajot Kaur. Bonnie Kaur, honors. Pooja Karel. Matthew Kotick. Rupesh KC. Deependra Khatri. Rigval Karel. Pravin Khatri. Alora Lavalley, honors. Sri Parvanthi Sasidaran. Shamiso Magora. Mehak Meli, honors. Samita Manivanan, honors. Melissa Marston, honors. Bia Chitalu Masille. Somto Chukwu Mbidom. Liam McGrath, honors. Mahwahib Mohammed Ahmed Abdul Khedar. Jenny Rose Muckenheim. Mahira Muhammad Yeri. Divya Mulacheri Sasid Haran. Nahin Mushfik. Simthandile Princess Undlovu. Pravitra Nepali. Sandeepa Nepali. Smitri Nepali. Christina Nupane. Tien Thuy Nguyen, honors. Chukwudi Kingsley Namani. Oluwakemi Osolabelo. Daniela Orsi, honors. Ogene Vovero Otor. Jenny Panata Onya, honors. Poonam Pariyar. Praveen Pariyar. Charmi Shivam Patel. Drashti Patel. Feni Sumant Kumar Patel. Ginyani Patel. Kivan Patel. Mahi Chirayu Patel. Maitriban Patel. Prince Jagdishbhai Patel. Rahiban Makeshbhai Patel. Roshani Mukeshbhai Patel. Shyam Kumar Jayanatibai Patel. Yazdani Moduf Patel. Kalim Patan. Chris Chapagai. Manish Podel. Ruben Peralt. Ganga Pokhrel. Sandhya Pokhrel. Alfred Louis Rivera. Dismore. Yep. Dismore. Yep. Okay. Dismore Robinson. Okay. Francesca Rosales, honors. Okay. Kelvin Saha Tapu, honors. Sahil. Juan Pablo Salas Fernandez. Srijana Kapota, honors. Gideon Kofi Sarfo, honors. Deep Dharmendra Kumar Shah. Garmeet Pareshbhai Shah. Tachiki Sherpa, honors. Nirushma Shrestha. Sonu Shrestha. For yours. Sushma Shrestha. Thank you. Neil Shukla. Jashanpreet Singh. Karanveer Singh. Shivani Subedi. Pranisha Sunar. Naomi Elizabeth Wabada Velasco, honors. Omar Tafesh. Ajitesh Thakur. Ranjana Tapa. Snehanjali Tapatura Suresh. Erica Tillotson. Faith Ubaka, honors. Taste Ugboya. Sadiq Shia Upadhyaya, honors. Jovelyn Vidal, honors. Sheme Praise Vitit. Rahil Firozbai Vohra. Darshit Bora, honors. Khadija Wasim. Allison Woodcock. Hanilizet Zaragoza. Environmental technician, Oluwaseun Ale. Solan Amani, honors. Anshu. Flydley Maganan. Hunter Bartlett. Caitlin Corcoran, honors. Darren De Silva, honors. Alan Falconer. Alan Falconer. Jared Hirasawa. Naitik Karsanbai Joshi. Jory Marcela Garzon Bautista, honors. Maria Hernandez Alin. Madeline Hickey, honors. Jaden Jameson, honors. Harpreet Kaur. Vong Katikaki. Adam Menente. Hillary Markovic. Marcus Miklevic, honors. Jumil Kishore Kumar Matatia. Anas Maksud Malik. Anish Nepal, honors. Mary Kathleen Principe, honors. Victoria Roque. Juan Rosso Garavito, honors. Samantha Russo, honors. Troy Volette, honors. Jorvin Josh Williams. Also graduating is the last graduate for the week. Joachim Aitchison.
Good afternoon, everyone. As a member of the Board of Governors of Mohawk College of Applied Arts and Technology, and on behalf of the entire board, I have the honor of admitting today's graduates to Mohawk College's alumni community. We are proud of what you've accomplished, and we look forward to seeing what you'll contribute as highly skilled and future-ready Mohawk graduates. And now you will be welcomed into the alumni community of graduates of Ontario Colleges of Applied Arts and Technology, an honor bestowed only upon those who have met high standards of conduct and learning. Graduates, at this time, we ask that you please stand if you're able to do so. In the name of Mohawk College of Applied Arts and Technology, I hereby charge you to safeguard the dignity and ethics of our community, to cultivate the spirit of inquiry and innovation, to celebrate your role as a local and global citizen, to maintain, through study, the fresh viewpoint expected in an age of rapid advancement, and to contribute in all these ways to society in order that the dignity of humankind through you may be constantly reaffirmed. Scientia opus omnium. Knowledge is the work of all. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you. If you could please take your seats again. As registrar, I also have the honor of presenting a Mohawk College graduate medal to a student in the biotechnology program at today's ceremony. The Mohawk College graduate medals are awarded to one student per faculty who achieve academic distinction while maintaining honor standing with no failures. The medals are presented annually at the spring convocation to a full-time graduating student with the highest grade point average from each faculty as determined by the registrar. The criteria for this award stipulates that it is issued on academic marks only. I'm pleased to present the 2024-2025 Mohawk College graduate medal to Min Shui Huang. Min Shui was not able to join us today, so we will be making arrangements to have the award delivered to them following our convocation ceremonies this week.
Okay, well, congratulations again to the graduating class of 2025. We also need to thank the musicians for providing today's music, the Steel City Brass Collective, who are all Mohawk College alumni, and Mohawk College faculty member Dusty McCallie. A ukulele has showed up midweek. I don't know where this has come from. Of course, we need to thank the voice behind the curtain who introduced each and every graduate by name today, broadcast media alumnus Chris May. Now, we do 13 ceremonies over the course of this week, and as you can imagine, that does not happen by accident or by luck. There are so many people at this college who help within their roles, the Reg office, our events team, our security team, our photography team, our comms team, countless volunteers across this week. So can you please give a huge round of applause for all of the people. I mean, all we have to do is sit on stage and clap, and they have to work 14-hour days and get all the gowns organized, so just huge, huge thanks to them. Self-serve photo areas, including gowns, are available for graduates, family, and friends to use following the ceremony behind the theater in the C-Wing hallway. Graduates will meet their family and guests there after they return their gowns. So, grads, you're our very last ceremony. I need you to promise me that you'll return your gowns. Can you do that? Do I have your word? Because there's been gowns all over Hamilton, and we'd like to keep them on this campus. Okay. Also, graduates, please remain at your seats until the platform party exits the theater. Audience, please remain at your seats until all of the grads have also left the theater. And now, for the very last time this week, graduates, family, and friends, I declare that this convocation ceremony is closed. Congratulations.